Hi, Dr. Fred here, TMT, Tuesday Morning Transformation. Here's my question. Do you have unfulfilled desires? So if we really are spirits having a human experience and we're here to fulfill our purpose in this physical world, another question for you is, are your beliefs about who you are, not what you do, who you are, fulfilling those desires that you feel deep inside that are coming from your heart and spirit? Well, first of all, Psalm 37:4 says, delight yourself in the Lord, be connected, in other words, and He will give you the desires of your heart. So that means if we're spiritual beings and we're connected, then we'll be given all the desires of our heart. So why don't we go through some beliefs that if we can change our beliefs and align with that, then we can pull things from the spirit world and the physical world, fulfill our purpose. How cool is that? So what's the number one belief? That you are an essential piece of the universal puzzle. So, when you put it together, a puzzle, you dump it over in your coffee table, pieces everywhere, and you put it together, you're putting it together, you're figuring out, look at the picture. That picture on the box is your sole purpose. That's your vision. And you're putting the pieces together. Those are the things for your life. But if one piece is missing, is that puzzle complete or incomplete? You're like, man, good thing, where's that last piece, right? That piece is you, which means without you, the universe is incomplete and would be out of equilibrium. So you're here in this physical body for a reason, and also to contribute to the lives of others. If we're not here, or we believe we don't matter, what's matter? Matter is physical existence, right? If we don't matter, do you ever think about these words? In other words, we're not in this physical existence, or we think we're not significant or important in this life, then we don't fulfill that purpose and contribute to the lives of others, the other spirits that are here to either help us or we help them advance. That's belief number one. Do you believe that you're essential? Number two, the second belief is there is no worthy or unworthy. Worthiness doesn't exist. So if we're a child of God and we're created with a sole purpose, worthiness is man-made. I know I was raised in Catholic Church, and before you take communion, they say, I am not worthy to receive you. If I go to Catholic service now, I go, that's not true. I'm not worthy to receive you. Isn't that why Jesus came and all these spiritual sages and teachers, right? Is because there is no worthy or unworthy. They teach us we're a child of God. We're a spiritual being. We're here having a human experience. We serve a purpose. Worthiness or unworthiness doesn't exist. So if you don't believe you matter, right, then you're gonna think you don't deserve to be here or to fulfill a purpose. Now our only problem is the belief. What is that? What's that word? The belief that we are separated from our source, which is impossible. You can't ever be separated because we're a spirit in a spiritual universe, right? In a universe that matters. So when we solve that we believe separation is not possible, it's only in our mind, then all other problems are solved. Okay, what's the third belief? That if you have a desire, that your desire is already fulfilled. Right? It's already fulfilled in the spirit world. Otherwise, you wouldn't have desired it. So what's that mean? Desire is spirit seeking manifestation. So if we have a desire, that's our spirit seeking to fulfill something. And if you believe that it's already fulfilled in the spirit world, right? Because why would we have a desire? If we're a spiritual being, we're connected to source, we have a desire, it's the sole purpose, it's already there waiting. Now what we have to do is open the door to the physical world. So how would that affect you if you believe that desire is already fulfilled in the spirit world? Would that give you confidence? Now in our Lord's Prayer, it says, thy kingdom come. What's that mean? Thy kingdom come from the spirit world and physical world. On earth as it is in heaven. Wow, on earth in the physical world as it is in heaven. Now here's the problem, and I think this is a challenge that religion teaches us, that they're separate. That those are different worlds. Man, I can't wait to see God. When I die and go to heaven, I'll finally be happy. Well, what about that prayer? How many times do we say that with such subconscious repetition that we're not even listening to what we're saying? On earth as it is in heaven. that these are the same place? What if it's not two worlds? What if it's one world? What if we're immersed in a spiritual world? What if we're already immersed in heaven? Can we see that, and can we believe that? What if we believe that? It's one world. We're not pulling it from another world. It's not a destination that we're waiting to go to. Right? Hey, let me get my notes. So what if it really is one world? Now the question is, so how do we create that in a sense? How do we live in that existence? Well, there's two things, two steps. Are you ready? How many? One, two? Two steps. Okay. These are foundational steps. Number one is gratitude. William Blake has a quote. This is out of the Success book, John Randolph Price. Hey, by the way, this is what I'm studying for myself right now. So I'm just teaching myself. Hope you guys are getting something from this. Is heaven itself. That's fascinating. Don't you think? Because if gratitude is heaven itself, then when we're in gratitude, we're immersed in heaven. Which means how many worlds is it? One world. Isn't that amazing? Check this out too. Gratitude puts you in the vibration of your desires fulfilled. So if you have unfulfilled desires, why is that? Do you have gratitude? Because gratitude puts us in the state of our desires fulfilled, which means that takes it from the spirit world into our physical world. Right? Okay, check this out. Now here's for your humanity. The subconscious mind makes no distinction between what's real and what's imagined. It doesn't know what actually exists in the world. Your limbic brain, emotional mind, what mind? Emotional mind makes no distinction between what's out there, what's in here, what exists, what doesn't exist. All it knows is how you feel. So when you have gratitude, and we have spirit, mind, body, our body is a vehicle to create from the spirit world into the physical world. That's why we're here, right? So we can use that as a vehicle and feel gratitude in our body and bring things into matter. How cool is that? Okay, check this out. Your subconscious mind, now once you feel that and you're in that physiologic state, your subconscious mind will work on matching your outer reality in the physical world with your inner being. Your outer reality with your inner being. So it's being before doing. Isn't that fascinating? So it will match because it doesn't know what's out here, what's in here are the same. So when you match what's in here to what you want to see out here, your subconscious mind will take that spiritual life force and start creating it because we're all in the same world anyway. Now, is this bending your mind a little bit? We're going to another level here, okay? Now check this out. You cannot leave a situation permanently. What's that mean? Forever, which means you're in pain. How do you want to get out of pain? Everybody wants to get out of pain, man. We want to discover our consciousness, our spirit. How do you leave that permanently? When you appreciate, I think another word for that's gratitude, love. When you appreciate the gift it offers. Our worst pain has our greatest gift. Sometimes our worst pain leads us to our purpose. If everything has a reason, and we go through this to raise our consciousness, develop the courage, get through our humanity, get into our divinity, the gift is amazing. So guess what? Find the gift and you lose the pain. How do you do that? Gratitude. Isn't that amazing? Okay, let's go. Got my notes here. Okay, what's the second thing? Love. You cannot have the power to manifest what you want in your life without love. Because what we want, what do we want? We want love, but we're already like that anyway. We're already created in love. Man, it's already been shown in quantum physics. Heart energy has far more creative power than mind energy. Love creates more than what you think. That is the universal creative power, which is who we are. How cool is that? Now, when you learn, and check this out. Okay, this is a big one. Because when you learn to love and appreciate yourself, who? Say me. Put your finger on your chest. Say, when I love and appreciate myself. Say me or myself, right? Miracles become possible. What's a miracle? A miracle is something you totally didn't expect. It happens. It's totally freaking amazing. Why is it a miracle? Because you didn't expect it. Right? So when Jesus said, pick up your mat and walk the pool of Bethesda, was that a miracle? Jesus, a miracle to everybody else. Right? What the heck? This guy's been sitting here by the mat for 20 years. some dude comes along, hey, pick up your mat, gets up and walks. Did Jesus think that was a miracle? Or did he expect it? Right? We think it's a miracle because that blows our mind in the physical world. Now, how do we tap into miracles? Right? By loving ourselves. Isn't that amazing? So when you finally believe that not only are you deserving of love, not worthy of love, right? But you are love, that you're created in love, and you extend that out into the universe, things begin to magically appear. This is a quote out of the Success book. Magically appear that we're held up in a limbo state. What's that limbo state? When we're toiled in pain and fear and all these things, and we get into love, the limbo state is that place that's between the worlds. You know what I mean? What it is, it's the pausing from the spirit world and the physical world. That's why I have unfulfilled desires. Why? Because we're not in gratitude and love. What are we in? We're attached to the things outside the world. That means we're seeing with eyesight rather than insight. But when we see with insight and we have gratitude and love, things begin to come through. How cool is that? So if you want to release your unfulfilled desires from heaven into the spirit world, and they're really one world if we're immersed in it, you're going to have to watch this a few times, man, because stuff we went through is pretty intense. So I know we're bending your mind a little bit, and some people are like, oh yeah, I already knew that. Okay, do you have unfulfilled desires? So I would watch this, I would take notes, and we can live by the two commandments. Two greatest commandments, what are they? Love God with all your soul, all your heart, and all your mind. What's that mean? Stay connected. Be conscious of your connection. 2, love your neighbor as yourself. So if we have to love our neighbor as ourself, who do we have to love first? Ourself. So when we are full of love, we realize that, then we can love other people. How cool is that? It's totally awesome. 2 commandments. Love God, love yourself, love your neighbor. All right, gang. Hey, share this. I think my opinion is the whole world needs this. Okay, we're in a world of humanity, finding our divinity. Check that out. Please share. Please comment. I love you guys. See you next week.